All right, guys, how's it going? So we're going to take a look at the betting odds concerning the next permanent manager of Liverpool Football Club. And we've been doing this periodically since Jurgen Klopp announces his intention to leave the club. For sure, as Rafa Benitez would say. Fact. And I've been using Bet365 to monitor this market, not because I've got any association to them other than I, as a customer, use Bet365. And you need to monitor one bookmaker, you can monitor as many as you want, but it's important that you stick with one. There's no point monitoring one and then going to see what Sky Bet have said. And Bet365 is probably the main bookmaker, I would argue today anyway. Irrelevant. So we've been looking at these odds for some time. You guys know that follow my content for a long time. That the moment Jurgen announced his decision to leave, I said I'm putting my money on Ruben Amorim to be the next manager of Liverpool Football Club. But that doesn't mean that I assumed or thought he was going to be, or that I necessarily wanted him. I would like Xabi Alonso to be the next manager of Liverpool Football Club on merit alone, not just because of his Liverpool connection. And I would have said that prior to Jurgen's announcement. I was watching Alonso's career and what he was doing out there. But because Alonso's odds were so short, it's like, that's not much of a fun bet for me. It's like with the horse racing at Cheltenham. I don't want to back a favourite. I'd rather back a second favourite if you haven't got a horse that you fancy, because I like to see something that can beat the favourite. Do you know what I mean? Like anyone can pick an 8-11 or something at Alonso. So I went for Ruben Amorim as my bet, and at the time he was a rank outsider. He was like a 10th favourite or something. Up maybe 20-1. I don't think I got 20s on Bet365. I think I got about 14, 16-1 or something like that. I know Watty, a great guy around here, channel member, very supportive, who has a drink with me on a Saturday night, on Saturday night streaming. I know Watty got slightly higher odds than me. So I backed, easy to back Ruben Amorim now at second favourite, but backed him when he was a 10th favourite, and his odds came tumbling down. And then they came down again, because he came down to like the 4th favourite from maybe the 10th, and then he's been a solid second favourite now for quite some time, which I think is based on someone hearing from within that it's between Alonso and Amorim. Do you know what I mean? I think that because Alonso's going to be a lot of money going on him because of the Liverpool connection. Most people probably never heard of Ruben Amorim before not because they don't know about football, but they've just got no interest in fucking Portuguese football. Do you know what I mean? They'll know about him now. So just giving a little bit of background there on where my money went, in case you're new to the channel. But I also had a bet, my silly bet, right, on Julian Nagelsmann, who was an even further outsider at the time. So I didn't touch Alonso because his odds were too short, even though that's who I suspect would be the next manager. Ruben Amorim, that was an outside bet. And then my silly bet was Julian Nagelsmann. And to be honest with you, they've... sorry, I've got messages coming in. To be honest with you, they've been pretty solid in the betting in terms of like being quite narrow. And the reason I'm making this video is that Julian Nagelsmann's odds have come in. They've gone shorter. So someone's favouring him at the moment. And I would imagine, I don't know, but I would imagine that's because we've just seen the appointment of Michael Edwards as the new football director of FSG International. Greedy bastard, right? Edwards will be talking now, right? He'll be talking now. Whether it's off the record, on the record. I think we've seen a lot of articles to do with FSG in Liverpool in the last few days, and some people may be of the opinion that Michael Edwards is chirping away and that he's responsible for that. I mean, I would never think that, but some people might think that there has been a change in reporting from Anfield in the last few days, in which coincides with his appointment. I will leave you to form your own opinions. I don't have one as to who that might be, talking to journalists on and off the record, even though an article in The Athletic the last few days suggested that he was controlling the narrative and telling, off the record this, that and the other, or allegedly, or whatever you want to say. Anyway, so we've seen changes at Anfield in an executive position, even though he's not technically working directly for Liverpool, Edwards. We then know about Richard Hughes, who, if you watch Fabrizio Knows It Allio yesterday on this YouTube channel, go and look at the video. It says Richard Hughes signs Liverpool contract or something like that. Richard Hughes is the man, you know, that's going to be running the club. He's going to be the one dealing with the transfers. I think the fans think that, you know, Edwards, you know, the man with the sun shines out of his ass, will be dealing with everything. And I don't think that's going to be the case. I think it really is going to be Richard Hughes. But of course, these two men are friends. They're going to be talking about, you know, if you're director of football for the organisation, you're going to say, right, I propose this. What do you reckon? Should we go for him? What do you think? It's going to be like a joint decision kind of thing. But Richard Hughes is going to be the one that's dealing with stuff on a daily basis. When the big decisions come, that's when you expect Michael Edwards to chime in. So we've seen these changes at Liverpool, right? In my previous video, you know, I mentioned that, you know, like when Boy George was appointed sporting director, the amount of reports we were seeing coming from Anfield regarding transfers and that really went down. Paul Joyce suddenly didn't really say anything. New relationships have to be created. Edwards is coming back. He's already got connections to, I believe, Joyce and others. But Richard Hughes is a new man, you know, like, so all the journalists will be trying to become his best friend now, his bestie and that. So you might see a change in the way that things are reported about Liverpool. So we've had these appointments or pending appointments, whether you want to believe that they're not really working till June the 1st. I wouldn't believe that if I was you. And Julian Nagelsmann's price has come down now. And I would form an opinion on that Edwards, Hughes, the changes, people are talking, and someone somewhere has said, you know, it's Alonso, Amorim, it's between those two. Xabi Alonso has indicated that he wants the job. I haven't heard that about Ruben Amorim, but we have heard that Amorim's agent, representative, camp, whatever you want to call it, met with Hulk Hogan in Madrid, Spain, several weeks ago. Ruben Amorim refusing apparently to get involved in any other clubs that are interested in recruiting him. Told his president of Sporting that if anything comes in the season, I don't know until the summer. That doesn't stop his agent working. So I think the new suits at Anfield are just talking, and it's getting out there a bit. And I think that they've gone with the Alonso Amorim, and that someone somewhere has said, but don't rule out Julian Nagelsmann. He's someone that we could consider, which is, you know, these are the three that, you know, that I have backed, if you like. Didn't financially back Alonso, but Amorim and Nagelsmann. So to see Nagelsmann come down in the betting suggests someone has put some money on him in the last couple of days. So what has changed? That's what you say to yourself. Why has that changed? Well, because we've just got new appointments at Anfield and someone somewhere has said something, in my opinion. Pep Lijnders has gone out now, which that isn't surprising because I can't see Pep Lijnders working under Michael Edwards. So when we spoke about Pep Lijnders being a possible outsider and still in the betting and his odds came in and things like that, we've now seen a change because we've got Edwards back at the club. Well, back at FSG, but he's still at the fucking club, right? So now Pep Lijnders has gone out a bit because now people are saying, well, that ain't going to fucking happen. You know, so Nagelsmann has come down. So Alonso is 8-11, Amorim is 3-1, Roberto De Zerbi is 5-1, and Julian Nagelsmann 8-1, and Pep Lijnders 10-1. So you've still got Roberto De Zerbi in there as a third favourite. And some people think that he could get the job. I don't. Initially, I thought maybe that's the FSG appointment, you know, but I just don't see that happening. He was the second favourite at one time and did go out a little bit, but he has consistently remained there, which makes you wonder why. I wouldn't want to see that happen. Alonso, yes. Amorim, yes. Nagelsmann, I'd take Nagelsmann, absolutely. But De Zerbi, not so much, to be honest with you. But I can see why he would be linked with us. But no one's really mentioning him. And we did a video on here the other day. Is De Zerbi in the bag or something like that? Go and have a look at it and you'll understand why that video was made and the theory behind it. So, it's very, very interesting. You know, I'm not an ITK or an IDK, as we're calling them now. You know, I wouldn't want to to suggest that I was. I'd be extremely offended if you suggested such. All we can do, or I can do, is look at what's out there, what people are saying, and the people that I trust, especially on the members' website. I still think it's Alonso's to lose, but the Nagelsmann shift is quite interesting. So again, the purpose for the video is to say to you, Nagelsmann has come down in the last couple of days. Why would that happen? Well, we've just seen some appointments at Liverpool in the last couple of days. People are talking, and Nagelsmann's name has been mentioned, in my opinion. It would be interesting to see if Nagelsmann could come down further. This could be a shout, this could be like Richard Hughes saying, like internally, Nagelsmann, blah, blah, blah. And you have people chatting. That's how it happens, guys. That's how it happens. So you might not find this video of great interest or very exciting. We're not here to make an interesting fucking videos. We're not kindergarten. These videos are made for my friends that, and this channel runs alongside Cop Talk, the website. So coptalk.com and the members website right here, right? So we're not here to go, hey, what's up, guys? And do 3-minute fucking videos and that. We're fully grown adults around these parts. Check the comments. When I do a video, always check the comments. Come back the next day and check the comments again. Some great people in the comments. Some of the comments, I read what you guys say and I'm like, I didn't think of that. So let me know what you think right now with the new or next manager situation, new manager situation at Liverpool. Where are you thinking we're at? Because what you thought 2 weeks ago might be completely different. You might think differently tomorrow. I still think it's Alonso's to lose. The latest suggestions in my previous videos are that the owners have been indicated he wants a job. But wants a job, getting the job are two completely different things. Ruben Amorim is in there absolutely on merit. But maybe he could be the favoured one by Edwards. But I think that with Edwards and Richard Hughes coming in, the owners, everyone is on the same page with who they want. And we've got to keep an eye on the betting because the bookmakers are rarely wrong. Right, that's enough for this video. If you appreciate the video, please thumbs up. Please drop me a comment. I'm going out for a drink today. If you want to buy me a beer, hit the super thanks button. But if you're a Muslim and you don't want to support me drinking alcohol, I'll have a coffee tomorrow morning. All right, guys. Please read the video description. Join the newsletter. It's free. Connect with me on social media. Even Instagram, Twitter @DuncanHome. I like to communicate with people. Do you know what I mean? Don't be a stranger. This is family, So yeah. Julian Nagelsmann's come down in the betting, so that's interesting to see. Do you like Julian Nagelsmann, or would you be like, no, he's not for me, Dunk? Roberto De Zerbi's still there. He's still in there, but in fairness, he's heavily linked with other positions like Barcelona as well, and he's still there. So, but this is, the majority of the betting is going to be people connected to Liverpool, and whether that's a fan or people further up the chain. I still think it's Alonso's, personally. All right, guys, I'll speak to you in a bit.